What's up everybody, Dustin here, ATEM Offroad. Thanks for stopping by and checking out today's video. I hope y'all are having a good day. I'm super excited because we're finally getting ready to build up the ultimate Dana 30 for my red Jeep Wrangler TJ. Now in the last video we pulled out the stock low pinion Dana 30 and kind of compared that axle versus the high pinion, and we overall concluded that if you're gonna build up a Dana 30, it should probably be the high pinion, but there are definitely improvements to do with this axle. So in the next two videos, we are going to be building it up before I throw some gears in this axle. And in today's video, I want to install some inner axle sleeves, and we're gonna weld them in so the tubes and the new sleeves become one axle tube on both sides. I've also got some mods as far as lower control arm skids. So we've got a lot of work to do in this video. Let's get to work. Now before we get into the modifications, I did want to take some time and share with you some tooling that I'll be using throughout the video. Starting with the table, as you can see, the axle is supported off of the table, so that way I can easily rotate the axle in any direction I need while doing the modifications. Now this is my MIG welder. It's a Hobart Handler 187, 240 volt, and I have it set up for gas welding. The wire I'll be using is mild steel 035, and the gas I'm going to be using is 7525 argon carbon dioxide. You are going to want to remove the axle shafts, possibly the carrier. You don't really need to do the pinion or the outer knuckles. I did because I'm going to be putting new ball joints. I did have some struggles taking off the old ball joints, but with some heat and a little bit of common sense, I was able to get those off with the right tooling. I'll leave all the tools that I used throughout this video in the description box below. Go ahead and check that out. Now because I'll be doing a truss in the next video, I did cut off the upper control arm mount. I got that out of the way because I do plan on drilling a hole in that area for these inner axle sleeves. Now I knew if I wanted to slip in these tubes real nice and easily, I was gonna have to clean the 30 years of grit and grime, dirt, oil, and grease that built up inside of these tubes. Well, I had this cupped brush adapter for a drill, but it's just too short and wouldn't reach back into the tubes. And I actually found a tomato cage in my backyard that I utilized to extend the wired brush cup. And I think that worked out pretty good. All I had to do was tack weld the end and set it up to my drill, and I was super happy with the outcome. Alright, so now the tubes are going in super smooth. So Barnes says go ahead and put the holes pretty much in the location you desire. Just kind of space them out evenly and you should be good. And then we'll go in with a 1/4 inch bit, and then we'll finish it off with a 1/2 inch drill bit. Now you do want to add a lot of oil when you're doing this so you don't burn up your bits, because we do have a lot of holes to drill. There's one good feeling to have, to take a drill bit that's dull over to the bench grinder, bring it back, and watch that drill bit just cut through steel like it's a brand new drill bit. We are done drilling all the holes. I've got 10 on the long side, 6 on the short side. That's going to be more than enough holes. And we've come up with our first little problem. There are some burrs on the inside of the tube. So what I'm going to have to go through and do is take a file and file in the inside of the tube. It takes a little bit of extra time, but we don't want to run into an issue where we go ahead and hammer these in and it gets stuck for some reason because there's some burr material. So just have to take your time. I have a really small file here and a little bit larger round file, and I think that's going to be perfect to just kind of clean up those holes before we go and get this axle cleaned up. I'm going to spray it really good, scrub the heck out of it with a drill and a brush, and then we'll take it out there, pressure wash it, bring it back in, get it all dried up, and look at what we need to do as far as welding those sleeves into the axle. The axle is cleaned on the inside out. I'm really liking the way that it came up. Just got it pressure washed real good. It started to flash rust right away, so I just kind of oiled up the places where the seals and the bearings go on the back side here as well. And now I'm ready to weld in the sleeves. So I'm going to start up the welder and get these sleeves in, and we're going to start doing that. So I'll start filling in the plug welds first, take the strap off, and then we'll do the outer sides last. I've got my dial caliper here set to an 1/8 inch on the end. That's pretty good. So in total, we had about 26 plug welds, and the end caps where the inner C's are. Felt like the welder did pretty good. I had the setting set up to 6 on the voltage and about 60, 55 on the wire speed. And yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy. We can go through each plug weld and sand that down smooth if you wanted to. I think I'll just leave it like that. It's not really an aesthetic issue for me. And then we'll go ahead and move on to the next modification. Another mod I wanted to share with you guys is these 3/16 lower control arm skids. This will add some insurance, cheap insurance here. I think these are picked these up for about 14 bucks. There's 2 of them, and they go right here on the lower control arms. And all I gotta do is basically wire brush off some of the paint and get them burned in. So 3/16 steel, insurance, can't beat that for 14 bucks. We're already here, got the welder out, let's get them burned in. Now I'm super happy with the way the skids came out. It's exactly 2 5/8 between the frame on both of these lower control arm mounts. It's definitely going to add a lot of insurance when we get out there on the trail. So the next thing I want to work on is the track bar mount. You can see that there's 2 holes here. Usually with those cheap lift kits, like a rough country kit, they move this hole to center the axle back up to the frame, about 1 inch over. So I went ahead and plug welded and sanded down really nice and smooth the hole in the back here. And then for this hole, I'm going to cover up with this piece of material that I cut out to size, and we'll just go ahead and stitch this in and burn it into this thinner piece of metal. I feel like it will strengthen up the hole. We should have a lot stronger mount here. I drilled out the breather hole to 7/16, so I can take a 1/4 inch MPT by 18 thread, and then we'll go ahead and adapt a 3-inch nipple to a barbed fitting, and that should be a lot more stronger than the plastic fitting that comes on these stock. They tend to break, and having a steel pipe with the barbed fitting is going to be much more stronger. Alright, so that's going to wrap it up for all the modifications on the axle in this video. Overall, I thought the inner sleeves were pretty simple to get installed once we did the chore of drilling out all the holes and deburring everything on the inside. And it was just quick as just setting up the welder and getting everything burned in. I'm really happy with the track bar repairs we did here, the breather, and of course the insurance that is going to be much needed on the trail with the lower control arm skids. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the outcome. I'm really excited for the next video where we're going to be installing a full truss from Barnes as well as some inner C gussets to strengthen up the C's. That's another weak point on this axle. So, and then once this thing is super stiff, we can install some gears and get it back in the TJ. So we've got a few more videos coming up before we can get the front done, and then we'll start on the Dana 44 in the rear, building and trussing that up. So I'm super excited to keep moving along on these videos. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave those in the comment box. Check out all the materials in the description box, all the tools and things that I've used. And if you like this content, give me a thumbs up, hit the like button, and we'll see you guys on the next video. If you're new to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. We'll see you soon, guys. Have a good day. Peace out.